Darren, we are recording and ready to go.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Hey, everyone. I hope you're having an awesome week and excited to share some information with you tonight. So whether you're watching this live or on replay, I definitely encourage you to take some notes. Never trust your fortune to your memory. And then I also encourage you to go back and review those notes often and watch the replay as much as you can throughout the week, because over 50% of what we retain is after the fifth time that we hear it, we see it, or we read it. And you actually go through four types of knowledge. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of just basic training, basic 101 training to kick off, and then we're gonna go ahead and roll right into it. So for those that may not have been on here last week, my name is Darren Kidd. I live in Virginia in a little small town. I was a distributor in the network marketing industry for over 28 years and was very blessed to have a lot of success. However, I failed for the first 7. And so that's why I'm now so passionate about helping other people, because I wish I had someone that, that had taken and locked arms with me back in the day and said, hey, listen, I've been doing this for years and I don't want you to experience some of the things I experienced. I don't want you to have to go through some of the things I went through. And so I love helping people shorten their learning curve. I love helping make an impact in people's lives. And so I'm excited to be, working with Green Compass on a, consultant basis to go out there and help you get to where you want to be sooner than later. And what's fascinating, really, if you want to get something different than the masses, we have to be willing to do something different than the masses. And that doesn't take a whole lot, right? Like most people would have invested in themselves like you have. They wouldn't be joining a training tonight just saying, look, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to get better. And so congratulations on that. But there are 4 types of knowledge that you go through when you're building your business. Number 1 is learn knowledge, which is what you're doing right now. It's the trainings, it's books that you read, it's regionals that you go to. That's learned knowledge, which is extremely important. I actually consume, I would say, at least 2 hours a day of learned knowledge, definitely first thing in the morning, a lot of times at night before I go to bed. Then number 2 is activity knowledge. Now, activity knowledge, a lot of times, most of the time, most of you, me, everyone, it's human nature. We never feel like we're quite ready. And we go, I just need a little bit more information. I just need to get a little bit more training. I just need to prepare, go through my emails, organize my desk. And we never feel ready. But 1 hour implementing what we're teaching you, 1 hour in the field is worth, I've heard, 20 to 50 hours in the classroom. So what you want to do is you want to take this information tonight or every week, and you want to implement it right away. Right away. And are you going to be bad before you're good? A lot of times we're bad before we're good, right? Any great business person, network marketer, whatever it may be, they were lousy at first, but they continue to get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. You're going to make mistakes, but guess what? That's what makes you relatable. There's a reason that if you look at the top 10 most viewed shows, a lot of them are reality TV because people want to see real. They're tired of fake. So when you have fun, you lighten up and your cells brighten up, you go out, you take this information, you implement it, you make some mistakes. The only way you fail, listen to me closely, you can see me in my eyes, right, is to quit. That's the only way you fail. So my attitude is, I don't fail. I either win or I learn. So you plan, do review. You do learn knowledge, then you go out and do some activity. You make some mistakes. Then you plan, do review, and I would go, man, Darren, you said way too much, or you put too much in that message. A rocket is off track on the way to the moon 97% of the time, but it continues to readjust. So you go learned, activity, make some mistakes, make some adjustments, get a little bit better, go back, learn some more activity, learned activity, learned activity. And by the way, if you hear me or any other leader train, you go, man, it's the same training every single week. My mentors taught me that I wasn't doing anything in between. Right? Let me know if that makes sense in the chat. And so you want to learn activity, learn activity. Number 3 is modeling knowledge. There's 2 ways to look at that. One is you find someone that has what you want, you model what they do. Now, I believe if you buy people's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. I will guarantee you, none of you message me immediately after this Zoom tonight and you go, Darren, I just have to know, what are your top hair care tips? You're not going to do that, right? Because those that are looking at me, you go, man, your head is definitely shining and there is no hair to be seen. You're exactly right. So, but if you buy people's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. So why would you spend your whole life trying to figure out what to do right when you can jump on here like tonight? You can learn from different leaders that have spent months, years, and then you shave that time off your learning curve. Now, the other way that I look at modeling knowledge is that everything that we do, good or bad, duplicates. Now, for some unknown reason, if any of you have kids, the bad duplicates faster than the good. I mean, I remember my kids were smaller. You know, we got 5 kids from 27 down to 12. When they were small, you could read them Bible stories. You could do all the right things. You slip and say one bad thing, and what do they remember? The bad thing. And they repeat the bad thing at the worst possible time. How many parents can I get an amen on that one, right? Kathy says, oh my gosh, so true. Sarah says, true dat. And so for some reason, the bad duplicates faster than the good. So it's up to us to make sure the master copy is worth duplicating. And some of you may go, Darren, it's just me. I don't have a team. That's okay. The attitude comes before the team. The team does not come before the attitude. The attitude comes before the money. So act as if you have a team and make sure that the master copy is worth duplicating. So that's modeling knowledge. And then you have teaching knowledge. If I said, hey, look, you know what, Michelle and Julie, here's the deal. I'm going to do a training, but we have another several hundred people that are coming on here after this one. And I need you to do the exact same training because you can hear my voice. I've been on the phone so much this week and Zooms and lives, right? And I need you to do the next one. How would you take notes on this training? You would take them like no one's business. Who learns more, the student or the teacher? The teacher always learns more. So I would encourage you take notes and listen and learn as if you're going to have to teach it, because even if you don't ever want to do what I'm doing right now, you're going to internalize it a lot more, right? So that's learn knowledge, activity knowledge, modeling knowledge, and teaching knowledge. All right, does that make sense? Now let's get right into the training, because I want to move through this at a pretty fast pace. And as I mentioned last week to all of you, right now we're in the summer months. As you know, we're in July, and life is crazy. You know, we have people are getting out of quarantine. Some are going back into quarantine. Some states are opening up. Some are shutting down. So normally summertime in itself is a distraction, but we have even more than that this year. It's okay. This is the time you can gain market share. Now, it's not up to me to share the numbers of the company or anything like that, but I do know that I heard through the grapevine that July has kicked off and you're doing amazing things, and numbers are definitely doing some great things. All right, I'll just leave it at that. So I'm just telling you, it's all about mindset. It's about attitude. For years, I would crash my business during the summer months, and I would have other people crash their business in the summer months because we would make excuses going, now's not the time. People are not focused. Kids are out of school. But then when my mentors taught me, hey, Darren, no, everything rises and falls on leadership. And summer is when you can gain market share. And now's the time you plant your seeds, right? You don't plant seeds today and look for a harvest tomorrow. You know there's a natural progression, which is you plant the seeds, you cultivate the ground, you water the seeds, and then you reap that harvest. So last week we kicked off talking about our 90-day hustle. And the 90-day hustle is all about focusing on doing simple activities, not really worrying too much about the results. Now, we want the results, but we understand we can't control results at first. Now, eventually, if you're not doing the right things, you have to look at, okay, am I doing the right things, right? But we want to make sure that we're doing these simple little things on a daily basis that compound over the next 90 days. And right now, you're getting paid on what you did 90 days ago. And 90 days from now, you will be getting paid on what you're doing through this period of time. And most people do not want to run a marathon. Like me, I don't want to run a marathon. I cannot run a marathon at this point. But if you ask me, can I run from my front door to the mailbox? I can do that. We talked about that last week. Once they get to the mailbox, they can run across the street. Once they run across the street, they can run through the neighborhood. Next thing you know, by the inch it's a cinch, by the yard it's too hard, you run a marathon. And so what we're doing is we're trying to give you weekly things that you can focus on, little simple blitzes. Some of them are going to stretch you out of your comfort zone. But my encouragement to you is chase being uncomfortable. When I was at the gym today, we had we're more of a functional fitness CrossFit type gym. And so they had the door open and we're doing this crazy circuit workout and we're running outside. And I remember going, oh my gosh, this is tough. But I'm like, you know what? Get comfortable at being uncomfortable. And so the blitzes, that's what we're helping you do. Stretch outside your comfort zone. Everything that we're going to give you is something that you can do no matter how busy you are. Those who heard my story last week, 5 kids, multiple franchises, massive team around the world, but we worked smart, we worked hard, and there's things that you could do like we're going to talk about tonight to leverage your time and efforts. If you missed last week, it's okay. You're not out of it. You're not out of it. You get started anytime during these 90 days, but you also can go back because what I'm going to talk about tonight is something that you could still do exactly what you did last week. And by the way, last week I looked at the ATM group and overnight there was hundreds of new people that were added to that. And so we're going to continue to work with the company. We're going to improve the groups. We're going to add more testimonials, add things about science. And so when you put people in that group, really you're owning real estate is the way I look at it, because when they're putting new things in the group, your prospects are indirectly getting new exposures for you. That's leveraging your time, energy, and efforts. You can continue to do that this week. You don't have to stop. And by the way, when we give you assignments and blitzes on a weekly basis, you don't have to let your minimum be your maximum. So when we did the 5 a day last week, 5 days. Some of you may have done 7 days. Like some of you may have done 10 a day. But we want to give you something that stretches you a little bit, but yet also it's something that is doable with your busy life. Let me know if that's making sense in the comments. Also want to encourage you focus on activities, not necessarily results, and focus on progress, not perfection. All right, I see yes. All right, good. Just making sure y'all paying attention. Remember, it's about exposures. Every day, I would ask myself, if my organization did what I did today, how much money would I have made? That's a great question. Every day, if my organization did what I did, how much money would I have made? And again, if you don't have an organization, it's still good to ask that question. And then also, how many times every single day was the Green Compass story shared through you and your organization through third-party tools, whether it was a Facebook Live, whether it was through a video, whether it was through a sit-down, whatever it may be. How many times was the story shared? It's all about exposures. If you want to build your business faster, you increase your exposures. Your exposures are your miles per hour. If you want to get there faster, and I'll be honest with you, it is so much easier to build your business fast than it is to build your business slow. If you go on if you're going to do a launch or let's say a grand opening at a franchise, you would invite 5 or 10 people. You would do massive inviting and hope that a few would show up because you had so much money tied up in that franchise. Like the frozen yogurt franchise that we had, hundreds of thousands in each one. I mean, you're doing massive inviting. You don't care if they like yogurt or not like yogurt. You just want them to know that you're in business because even if they don't, they're going to know someone that does. So this week's Blitz is a way that you can get multiple exposures at one time. It's a way that you can leverage your time and efforts once again. It's a way that you can have someone else do the presentation for you, and it's very simple. Again, this is an addition to the things that you're already doing to build your business. And what we're going to work on this week is Facebook watch parties. Okay, let me know in the comments if any of you have ever done a Facebook watch party. And while you're doing that, okay, nope, never, yes, 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 love them, once, never. Okay, so it's a mixture of never, yes, I love them. All right, with their church service. There you go. Yeah, because you could do it with any video. So here's why you do a watch party. First of all, Facebook favors videos. Not only did they give you better reach when you do a video, but also what happens, the prospects, there's been tons of research and surveys. Over 80% of the people would rather watch a video on a product or service or something that they're interested in. And I've also seen many articles talking about the future of video. Everything is moving that way. Now, some of you may not want to do a Facebook Live at this point. The great news is you can benefit with videos and you can benefit with more reach And when you have a video, you have more interaction, and you don't have to do the video. And I'm going to share with you how to do that. The challenge this week is I want you to do 2 of them. Okay, we want you to do 2 because you don't want to hit your Facebook every single day with business posts. What would happen if you turned on your TV and every time you turned it on, it was nothing but commercials? You're going to have people unfollow you and unfriend you. So if you're posting, normally I go, look, you want to post at least once a day, and you want to have, family fun, inspirational, funny, whatever it may be. And then you mix in a couple business posts throughout the week. Now this week, maybe you do 3, maybe you do 2 Facebook watch parties, and then you do a curiosity post about something as well. But we want you to at least do 2 Facebook watch parties. And I'm going to share with you how to know when the best time to do that is. And, you may want to do 1 in the morning and then wait a couple days and do 1 in the evening, depending on the people on your Facebook. So why would you do a Facebook party? Leverage. We talked about that. Live videos get more reach, more engagement. Over 80% of the people would rather watch a video. We talked about that. You can share it like it's a live event. There's a ton more engagement when you have a live event. When you engage with people on a live or a Facebook watch party, the more you engage, Facebook looks at that, they reward you because they go, oh, there's actual conversations going on, and it expands your reach even more. The goal is not just to have comments, by the way, but the goal is to cultivate new prospects, new customers, and new advocates. Very simple. So let's talk about the pre-watch party. I'm going to give you a few tips, and you can actually use this when you're posting on Facebook as well. So a watch party, by the way, Alicia, thank you for asking me that. A watch party is pretty simple. I'm going to share with you what it is. It's basically you taking a video. We have one for you to use. I'm going to tell you where to go get that. It's actually on the Green Compass Facebook page. Sarah did it earlier today, and it's called Introduction to Green Compass. So you don't have to do the presentation. All you have to do is go to the Green Compass Facebook page. You'll see Introduction to Green Compass that Sarah did earlier. And I'm going to talk to you. All you're going to do is you're going to click share, and you're going to see watch party. It's going to share it to your timeline. And then I'm going to talk to you what to do to set it up, what to do during the watch party, what to do after the watch party, and how to cultivate new customers and new advocates. So before you do your watch party, let me take you through the whole thing. I've heard different leaders call this the green light challenge or the green monster challenge. You can figure out the best time of day to post on your Facebook, whether it's a watch party or just a normal post, by going to the Messenger app. So I'll do it right now with you. So in other words, let's see, if you go to Messenger, and you can do this afterwards. I just want to make sure I tell you exactly where to go. You click on people at the bottom, and at the very top, it will say active. I know you can't see that, but you may go on there, and I would encourage you to track it for, a couple days. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe you just got to work or you're getting ready to go to work, and you click on it and you go, wow, I have 300 people active at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then maybe at noon, at lunchtime, when you take your break, you go, wow, okay, I have 450. And then afternoon, and then at evening, you may find out like 8 o'clock at night, you have 700 people active, where in the morning you only have 300. And that tells you the best time of day to post. But what I suggest with the Facebook watch party, if you're going to do 2 in a week, you could do a morning or midday or afternoon, evening. You can mix it up a little bit. So you can see who is active at that time on your Facebook. Does that make sense? All right. It's on the Green Compass Facebook page. I'm not sure. Green Compass Global. We'll find it. It's the one with Sarah just did. So just check both of those and you'll find that one. Another thing that you could do before you go live or you post, this will help you with any time you do a post. You can engage or like 10 to 20 people's posts before you post something or before you do a watch party. So most likely, and you can see who's live, like they have a little green button or green light, green monster challenge. But when you see how many people are active, it'll be a little green light beside it showing they're active right now. So in other words, if I'm on there and I go, okay, Carrie's active right now, maybe I go to Carrie's page, I like her comment on something. All right, then I've got Olivia, I see that she's active. I go, I comment like on hers. So most likely when I post or when I do my watch party, they're probably gonna see me do that. It increases the chances of me being in their feed big time. Another thing that you can do, even if they're not active, if you have a hot list of prospects. So let's say, for example, I've been talking to Lindsay and I've been talking to Kathy. What I may do is I may go like or comment on their post, even though they're not active right now, knowing that when they get back on Facebook, most likely I'm going to pop up in their newsfeed. All right. Another thing, I may be getting in way too deep, but I'm just going to give you one more. If you go to your friends list, you scroll all the way to the bottom. Let me know if you're learning anything new. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, those people are not seeing your post right now. Every day, what if you just took 5 at the very bottom of your friends list and you commented or you liked something on their page, you will start showing up in their feed once again, most likely. I taught a group this, had a lady the next day screenshot it and sent it to me, said, Darren, you're not gonna believe this, check this out. This lady, and she showed me the text and it said, oh my gosh, you haven't been in my newsfeed in forever and you just popped back up today and I see you're doing great things, can you tell me about it? So those are a few things you can do pre-watch party. Once you do the pre-watch party, and I also like the fact too, think about this, when you reach out to someone, you're prospecting. Attraction marketing is you're doing things to attract them to you, which are like your curiosity posts and things like that. But when I know that you're a prospect that I've been talking to, instead of me having directly to expose you, if I liked or commented on one of your posts, you're indirectly getting another exposure because I'm going to pop up in your feed. Right? So how do you do the Facebook watch party? You go to the video, you pick any video. We did a video today, Sarah did a video today that we recommend. And I'm like, look, we want something that's compliant. We want something that's short. We want something that talks a little about the company, a little about the need for the products, and a little bit about the business, just to pique their interest. And Sarah did a phenomenal job doing that. And so the good news, you got Sarah doing the presentation for you. So you go to that video on the Green Compass Facebook page, the Green Compass Facebook page, you click share and you will see start watch party. Once you do that, then what you will do is you will put a title. I recommend you having a catchy title that is compliant. Remember, people buy what something does, not what it is. Right? They buy what it does, not what it is. People buy the benefits, not the features. So what title would catch your attention? Something short, sweet, to the point, but it's attractive to people. Once you do that, then what you're going to do, and I always talk about, you've heard me say probably, well, I just started working with you, but some of you have been on some of my other trainings, WIIFM, people's favorite radio station. What's in it for me? Think like a prospect. What would pique your interest and make you want to watch a watch party? So when you put a catchy title, then you make sure, this is also important. Okay, the link is on the Green Compass Global Facebook page. Thank you so much, Elaine. I appreciate you sharing that. The next thing you want to do is make sure that it's on public. Make sure your Facebook page is on public. You're using it to attract people to your business. When you post something, when you do a watch party, or you just do a post, make sure it's on public. It could be only you see it. It could be your friends see it. There's another setting, friends of friends, and then there's public. You want it on public if you want the biggest exposure. Then you click start, and then what's going to happen, I know you can do this on certain ones. I believe it's going to allow you to even invite once you start. You may see on the right-hand side, it may say invite others. So if you have a list of people that you want to invite that you've been sharing information with, then you can invite them. The next thing I want you to do is once it starts, now I know this is a lot of information. Renee says, should I use my private page or business page? I'll go back to some questions in just a minute. The personal page gets a lot more traction in my opinion, and I'll share that with you in just a second, but that's a great question. But you want to make sure you're engaging. Now, why would you do a Facebook watch party and not just share Sarah's video from her personal page over to your page? When you do that, that person owns the comments. When you do a watch party, all those comments are yours. All those likes are yours. All those people to follow up with, to share the information about your products and your company, they're yours. That's another reason it's important to do a watch party. So you're engaging. You can see them jumping on. You can wave hi to them. As they comment, you can reply back to it. So you engage during the watch party. You've invited other people, and you're going to be sharing it on your timeline. Now, you also have the ability to share it on groups or pages if you have a group or a page. And I don't recommend just sharing it on a random page or a group unless you have permission to do that. Make sure you follow their guidelines, policies, and procedures. You want to be professional, and you want to represent the company well, right? Because all of you want to make sure, you are a representation of the company. So you have to protect the house and do things the right way. Make sure it's compliant. Hopefully that makes sense. The reason you want to engage, by the way, during the watch party, and once again, Facebook rewards you because they're looking for real conversations. So they see, man, I love that, sounds good to me. And then you reply back to it. Facebook goes, okay, there's real conversation going on. It expands the reach. So the more conversations you can have, the better off you're going to be when you're engaging. To end the watch party, so you're staying on the whole time. To end the watch party, I believe it's in the top right. All you do is you just click stop watch party. It's pretty much that simple. And then it stays on your Facebook profile, and people can rewatch it, but that's basically how it works. Now, what do you do afterwards? I'm going to recap in just a second. I know it's a lot of information. Again, I don't care if you messed everything up. You can always delete it and do another one. Like, just have fun. We're learning and growing together. Trust me, you can do this. The next step, it's not just to get likes and comments. It's to cultivate prospects, customers, and advocates. You can go back to every person that liked your page, liked that video. You can go back to every person that commented, depending on if they just liked or what they commented. I could go back and go, hey, you know what, Kristen, thank you so much for joining my live. I appreciate the support, my watch party. Hey, look, I saw your question about some of our products, so I wanted to get you some more information to answer that question. So if they ask a question, no need to ask permission, in my opinion. Can you send them something because they ask? So go ahead and answer that. Send them a third-party video, a website, something that answers those questions. If they make a general comment, maybe it's something like, oh my gosh, who wouldn't want the benefits of CBD, right? Who wouldn't want that? You go, hey, look, I saw your comment. It's so true. The great thing about our products, 30-day money-back guarantee. You probably want to start experiencing that based on your comment right away. Would you like for me to walk you through the website to get your order placed so you can start experiencing that? Pretty simple. And again, I'm just rattling off the tip of my tongue. It doesn't mean this is exactly what you have to say, but you only say enough to answer their question, to ask for the sale, because they're either going to go, sure, or they're going to go, what about this? And they give you the objection, and they go, hey, that's a great question. Then you start a three-way messenger chat with your upline, and maybe they answer that question. Or you send them another video or whatever third-party document you have that maybe answers what they're asking you. Maybe you add them to the ATM group. But I like to get straight to it. So you can follow up with the likes. You can go, hey, look, thanks for joining the watch party. I saw you like the video. Are you open to some more information about our products and our business? Are you open? It's pretty simple, yes or no. Don't spam them a link if they didn't ask for information. But because basically all they got to say is yes or no. You can go, hey, are you open to some more information on our products and business? If not, no worries. If not, no big deal. I mean, who is going to get offended at that? They liked it, they commented, then I would immediately go back. Imagine right now if you don't have a team, it's all right. This is how you're going to create a team. What if you had 10, 20 people on your watch party? What if you did 2 this week? That could be 20 to 40 people that heard the Green Compass story on your behalf and you didn't do the presentation. 20 to 40. What if it's 20 on each one, right? That's 40 new exposures. That's 40 times the story was shared. What if you still do 5 people in the ATM group every week? You go, hey, you know what? It didn't take long to put 5 people in that group. What if you did that? That's another 25 this week. In addition to everything else, can you see how this compounds? Every single week, you're adding 10, 20, 30 exposures, to the pipeline. Next thing, over 90 days, you've got several hundred people in that pipeline. And just because even if they said no, doesn't mean no, it means not now. Even if they go, hey, no, I'm not open to more information, guess what? They're still going to be seeing your news feed on your Facebook profile when you put up before and after, stories. When you put up something else to pique their interest, they're still getting exposed along the way. Maybe they just got a pay raise. Maybe they love their job. Maybe 2 months from now, they got laid off. Maybe they want to put their kids, in a different school system. Things change. No does not mean no. It means not now. Let me give you the recap one more time. I'll see if there's any questions. And, stay on to the end because I don't want you to miss anything. And by the way, I know I'm talking kind of fast because I wanted to keep it short. I know I'm not going over the top with energy because I want to make sure you get this. But I just want everybody to do a buy-in. Can you imagine what's going to happen? All ships rise with the tide. But our ship has to be in the water to rise with the tide. There'll be people over the next 90 days that will have spurts. You may go, now, man, I'm so frustrated. I'm doing all this activity. I'm not really seeing a lot of results. Don't worry about it. Around 45 days in, you're going to start seeing these things compound. And you're going to look back 90 days from now and go, that was a game changer. That completely changed my business. Therefore, it has the ability to change your whole entire world. And there'll be people that go out and put some people in this week and you have a quick little explosion. Some of you may happen 2 months from now, but do not compare yourself to other people. But can you imagine what's going to happen? The more success we have with Green Compass, the more success you're going to have. 240 people do 2 watch parties this week. That's 500 watch parties basically. If they average 20 people on each watch party, or 10 people, what is that, 5,000 exposures this week? That's pretty cool, right? And the more people get exposed to it, the more they're going to be paying attention. And then you're going to have people that start to search out, who do I know in the company? Who do I know that markets CBD? I was talking to a presidential founder this week. I don't remember which one. And they're like, you know what? I was researching CBD. And then a friend of mine reached out to me. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I can't believe that you just reached out to me about CBD when I've been researching it. Thank God you reached out to me. And now they're a presidential founder in the company. You don't know. Our job is not to judge. Our job is to take them, or your job is to take them from not knowing to knowing. That's it. Doesn't that take the pressure off? Take them from not knowing to knowing by using third party, information that does the presentation for you. So let's recap real quick. Why would you do a Facebook watch party? Because live videos are huge. Not only are they big when it comes to Facebook, do they give you more reach? There's more engagement, but also prospects, people want to look at videos. Over 80% would prefer a video over any other way of getting information on a product or a service, period. So that's one reason. It allows you to leverage your time, energy, and efforts. It allows you to take Sarah's presentation, put it on your page. It is your presentation now. You click start, you sit back behind your keyboard, and you engage with people and let Sarah do the work for you, right? It's pretty simple. So it allows you to leverage your time, energy, and efforts. Then the pre-watch party. That was number 1, why? Number 2, pre-watch. How do you set yourself up for success? Some of these were tips you can use with anything. You look at the green monster, green light challenge. Who is active right now before you do your watch party? Go comment on 10 or 20 people's posts that are live right now, especially if you've been mentioning something to them. They're on your hot prospect list. You also could take people that are not active right now and you can engage or like on some of their posts and comments. And then once you do that, number 3, so number 2 was the pre-watch party. Number 3, how do you do it? You go to the Green Compass Global Facebook page, click share on that video, introduction to Green Compass, click share, click watch party, put a catchy title. I like to put an emoji at the beginning or the end of my title to make it pop a little bit more. Then once you click start, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they still have the invite others feature as soon as you start the watch party. So you can invite other people. You engage while she's doing the presentation. Again, she's doing the presentation. You're just engaging with other people. When you make sure it's public, by the way, we talked about that. Then you, at the end, that was number 4 was during the watch party. We went over that. Number 5, to end the watch party, top right, stop watch party, pretty simple. Number 6, the fortune is in the follow-ups. The fortune is in the follow-ups. You engage, message, hit them in the DM, right? Go to the direct message, thank them for watching, answer their questions, get them more information, ask them, are they open? If not, no worries. And you've got a whole new batch of people to talk to. Not only, how many of you are committed to doing 2 watch parties this week? I want you to comment because I know Meredith and Sterling are watching. I know the corporate sales team is watching. I want to know who's in. I like to see these names. Look at this. Look at this. That's what I'm talking about. This is a coachable group. We're going to take this thing. We're going to explode this company over the next 90 days. That is awesome. Now, let me also mention this to you. What do we do as leaders? What do you do as a leader? You make sure you get this replay to every single person on your team that was not on here tonight. Every single minute counts. Your fortune is hidden in your daily routine of activities. Your fortune is hidden in your daily routine of activities. This is a high payoff activity. So if you get 5, 10, 15 people to watch this on your team or more, and I would be taking inventory, ringing the bell, making sure they got it, saying, look, message me back as soon as you watch this. You've got to watch it right away. That way you're giving them a little bit of accountability. And then I would map it out on a piece of paper or a notepad going, wow, I've got 10 people committed to doing watch parties on this leg, 5 on this leg, 2 on this leg, whatever it is. That's how you create a big organization. That's how you get a lot of customers. You get a large group of people to do little simple things. In this business, it's all about duplication. It's about doing simple things, because when it comes to, complexity is the enemy of execution. Complexity is the enemy of execution. Keep it simple. You want it so simple that your kids can do it, right? That's how simple you want to do that. And that's exactly what we did today. I know you go, Darren, you're probably talking to us like kids. No, I'm just trying to keep it very simple. The longer we're in, the more we tend to complicate things. There's a reason 80% of production comes from brand new people. You go, why is that? Why is it the longer we're in, the more we know, the more educated we are, the harder it gets? Because we verbally vomit on people. We give them information that they didn't ask for. We do things, remember, they're watching you and they're going, can I do what you do? Do I want to do what you do? Do I have time to do what you do? Do I want to do to my friends, family, and neighbors what you just did to me? So if it's complicated, most people hate sales, most people are busy, then they're going to go, no. So what happens, here's how you know if you're doing it right. So what happens at Tracy, if she goes, well, I don't know if I can do this. I'm so busy. I'm like, man, Tracy, I'm so glad you said that. Let me ask you this. What did I do with you? Well, Darren, you did a watch party. Yeah. And then what happened afterwards? You thanked me for watching. And I told you I loved the product, sounded great. Or I've been looking for something to work from home. And then what happened? Well, you sent me a video and I watched it. Well, then I had a question. Well, then what did you do then? Well, you sent me another video. But then I want to know how to get started. And you were new, so you put me on a 3-way messenger chat or a 3-way call with somebody you were working with that I didn't know. They answered those questions and I got started. Tracy, can you do what I just did? Darren, a kid can do what you just did. Hi, I'm a kid. A child can do what you just did. See, it's demonstratable and it's duplicatable. All right, make sure to wave at people who join your watch party so they know you see them. Sarah, that's a great point because that's engagement. You're waving, right? And then a lot of times when you wave at them, they're like, dang it, okay, they see me on here. I need to finish watching it. Let's see, reach how people you've already. Your friend list is on Facebook Alpha. I don't know. I would Google that, Kim. I didn't even know you could alphabetize your Facebook. Do you just post watch party or do you post first scene something like come join me for? Elaine, I would just post the watch party, to be honest. Because to me, you don't have to do that if you're going and engaging on other people's things. And a lot of times if you post more than once within 3 hours, to me, it's hurt my engagement. And by the way, it's important. And I've been so busy lately, I have not done a good job of this. But if you want to post at least once a day, That helps your Facebook reach. It helps the algorithm. And the only thing consistent about social media is it's inconsistent. Or no, it's consistently changing. That's what I meant. The only thing consistent is it's consistently changing. And by the way, I have a whole social media training. I could give you some more social media tips, but I don't want to complicate it. That's all I want you to focus on right now. Okay, don't worry about all the things. Don't just get off of here. Start. Some of you could do a watch party tonight. Hey, here's the challenge. Everybody do one tonight. Everybody do one tonight. If you do that, you probably could do maybe 3 this week, but at least do 2. But you could do 1 tonight. Don't think about it. Don't overcomplicate it. It's not that big a deal. Just go comment, like on 10, 20 people's things. Start a watch party. Have fun. Start following up. Motion creates emotion. You don't need any more training, right? I'm just going to push you out, okay, and let you go. All right. Do you use different videos each time? Trish, I would use the same one both times this week. In the future, you can, but this week, now, if you have another video that you really like, you could. We're encouraging you at least to use Sarah's one time, most likely twice. We know it's compliant. We know that she does an awesome job. She knows her stuff, talking about just giving a quick overview, but you don't have to, but that's what we recommend. Jackie, I don't know how many you can invite. I would say as many as you can. All right, everybody, listen, I don't want to keep you. Every minute counts. Let's go out and crush. I am so proud of you. I'm telling you, the numbers are showing. And again, don't focus on results. Let's just go out there every single week. Just stay with me. Commitment, and I'm going to say it again. It's doing the thing you said you would do long after the feeling in which you said it in has passed. Some of you tonight, I can already see by your comments, you're jacked up like a chihuahua on Red Bull. It's excited. I mean, it's easy to go out and do something when you're excited. Most of the time, you're not going to be excited. Most of the time, you're not going to feel like it. I'm telling you, right? But that's the difference in winners and losers. That's the difference in top money earners and people that just do okay. They do it no matter how they feel. What does feeling like it have to do with it, right? I knew that I didn't feel like going to my job every day, and it never had the potential to give me the lifestyle that I wanted for my family. So here, it's worth being uncomfortable for a short period of time to be very comfortable for the rest of your life. And so let's go out and let's crush this week. Have an awesome day. Again, ring the bell with your organization. Time is of the essence. Let them know, did you hear the Zoom? Watch it. Message me back as soon as you do. Once they do, give me a thumbs up. Hey, I just watched it. Hey, are you in? Yes. Map it out. That's what leaders do. They get someone to do something they normally would not have done if you hadn't been there. Yes, it may be you, but next week, you may have a new person on your team. Now you got 2 people that are participating in the blitzes. And the next week, that may double to 4, and then 8, then 16. Next thing you know, 90 days from now, you have the potential to have a very nice team, right? The potential is there. It's going to be done no matter, people are going to get it done. So I appreciate everybody appreciate everybody jumping on. I appreciate your attention, and don't feel overwhelmed. Just get straight into action. Motion creates emotion. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next training. Take care.